This the bunker, yeah, this the bunker. This the bunker, welcome to the bunker. This the bunker, yeah, this the bunker. This the bunker. Oh, wait.
If I told you that all of
This the bunker, yeah, this the bunker. This the bunker, welcome to the bunker. This the bunker, yeah, this the bunker. This the bunker. Good people, what's up? Let's go. Listen, happy Wednesday. Shouts out to YouTube, shouts out to Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok. What up? We here, man. I'm super excited. We are live in the Breakthrough Bunker, where we turn obstacles into reality. Obstacles into stepping stones and dreams into reality. I'm your host, Murph, aka Mr. Motivation. I'm flat out excited for tonight's conversation. From the battlefield to the boardroom, Neal Hurst has spent over 2 decades mastering what it means to serve, lead, and build legacy. A decorated Army Master Sergeant turned acquisition project manager with GSA, Neal now leads federal contracts worth millions, all while remaining a grounded family man, mentor, servant leader. Man, this episode dives deep into how discipline, integrity, and purpose can translate into every season of life. You don't want to miss this one. Flat out excited. Before we get into that, we're going to get into the 3, 2, 1 with Murph, where I share 3 thoughts, 2 quotes, and 1 prompt or question for you, the viewer or listener. First thought: discomfort is the doorway to growth. Discomfort is the doorway to growth. They say true transformation doesn't happen in the comfort zones, right? It grows like nothing happens in that comfort. You got to get comfortable being uncomfortable. If it makes you uncomfortable, it's probably something that has the power to make you grow. A book recommendation. I thought about books today, so I'm gonna share a few with y'all. The Art of War. The War of Art. That's a good one. That I think you'll tap into. Challenges creatives, entrepreneurs, and dreamers to embrace discomfort as a necessary companion on the road to mastery. The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield. Number 2, who you become is more important than what you achieve. Who you become is more important than what you achieve. I like this one. I do. Achievements impress people, but see, character sustains impact. And I encourage you to focus on who you become. There's a book, one of my favorites, shouts out to James Clear, Atomic Habits, emphasizes identity-based goals. And shouts out to my students at QCC. We just finished, I think, a chapter on goal setting, and we'll continue to build on that, setting objectives. But it's about shifting the focus from what you achieve to who you become, through consistent daily choices. Love that one. Last thought I have for you all. Discipline is self-respect in action. Discipline is self-respect in action. I like that. Whew. They say do it when the lights are out, do it when no one's clapping, do it when it's just you. One of my favorite books, too, another one, shouts out to David Goggins, Can't Hurt Me. Fellas, all tap in. David God, Can't Hurt Me. Y'all need that. Explores how radical discipline reshaped Goggins' life, showing how self-respect grows when you do the hard things, especially when no one's watching. When you do the hard things when you don't want to. I tell my students, mentors, and those that's listening in my sphere of influence, you got to do it when you don't want to. You gotta fall in love with boredom. You know what I'm saying? If it's boring, that means that you got to do it. It's uncomfortable. It's boring. You got to seek that out. Seek that out. I like that. Let's get into two quotes. One, fall 7 times, stand up 8, Japanese proverb. Like that one. And the last one is, your life is your message to the world. Make sure it's inspiring. Your life is your message to the world. Make sure it's inspiring. I like that one as we get set to be inspired by this story of Neal Hurst. One prompt question: what area in your life is asking for more discipline? What area in your life is asking for more discipline? Man. Now for the official intro, we're about to get into it. This guest, Neal Hurst, he's a native of St. Louis, Missouri. As the natives say, Missouri. Neal Hurst enlisted in the United States Army in 2001 and rose to the rank of Master Sergeant over a decorated 20-year career. 20 years. Specializing in medical logistics and acquisitions, Neal has managed over 1,200 plus contracts worth more than $200 million, served in multiple combat zones and held leadership roles across the globe from Germany to Hawaii. Now a federal acquisition project manager with the General Services Administration, GSA. Neal brings the same discipline, strategy, and integrity to government contracting, ensuring transparency, accountability, and impact on a national scale. An MBA-holder, Lean Six Sigma Green Belt, and DAWIA-certified contracting expert. Neal also is a devoted husband, father of 4, passionate about mentorship, bodybuilding, and building communities that thrive. His story is a living blueprint of how military values, when carried forward with purpose, can lead to civilian greatness and personal legacy. Good people, if you're tuned in, listening, viewing, hanging out with us, I want you to welcome to the stage the homie Neal Hurst.
It's your boy. What's going on with that?
We got the Lou in the building.
You already know what it is.
What's up, boy?
Chilling, man. What's good with you?
Man, you know I'm out here living this dream, baby.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh man, where do we start? Let's do this. Tell the people how you know Murph.
Oh, okay. That's so. What? We was in Lindenwood. When I get to Lindenwood about, what was that? 04? 03, 04? I got to Lindenwood. You know, at first, when I first got there, you know, St. Louis is home. So, you know, home was right down the road. So in the beginning, I was hitting that highway, heading back to the crib every weekend. And but you know, once I got real comfortable down there, you know, I met my boy Murph. At first it was more like, what's up? I see him highlighting, you know what I mean, things of that nature. And then the more and more I talked to Murph, man, the more and more we we had the same thing, had the same type visions. But at the same time, I was more wild than Murph a little bit. But we was out there having a blast, man. And the thing, so when I met Murph, man, Murph is always talking about doing better, right? Or some aspect in his life to where he was always saying, "Hey man, you know, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that," and that would kind of that did draw me to Murph because I was like, man, I ain't doing that, I ain't doing that, man. I'm just trying to live, dog. I'm out here in Lindenwood, I'm trying to live. Murph had always had a bigger plan, man, and so when I met Murph, man, we used to have so much fun, man, kicking it. Epic. Yeah. I'm talking about epic stuff. You know what I'm
saying? Listen, this dude. So I said to myself, I wasn't gonna go all the way back to how we was because we grown up. So it's funny, right? I think about that. So when I think about Neal, I'm like, yo, we used to wild out. We was wild boys. But as you know, shouts out to the team. We did our research and preparing for our call. And I'm looking at this. I'm like, wait, when did you get an MBA? You know what I'm saying? And I was just like for me, even just reading through all your stuff, Bronze Star, man, I'm proud of you, my G. Listen, I'm proud of you because I know our beginning, how we started. And you know, we wasn't tapped in like every year, every but when we tap in, it's like we never left. Right. You know what I'm saying? But and another reason why I do this show is to reconnect and learn what my people doing. So I am flat out proud of you. So let me tell y'all a story, right? So this dude Neal, tell you a story back in the Lou. You remember we was in the Lou? Well, we had a few instances. We was in the Lou and there was an event. I'm from Brooklyn, right? I'm from Brooklyn. So I got like this foresight and I'm in the spot. He's like, yo, we about to be outside, dirty. I'm like, let's go. So it's like some kind of rap battles happening. I'm in the spot and Miss P's in there. All the, his mom's in them. I'm like, all right. But I just felt like the energy was shifting. I'm like, yo, Neal, we got to get out of here. He said, nah, dirty. You in my city. You good. You good. I'm like, I think we should get out of here. So now they rapping and you can see the energy. Y'all, I don't even know if it was 15 minutes later. It's like Iraq in that joint.
Airing it out.
We under the table. I got Miss P. I'm dragging it downstairs. So we get out of there clearly. And I'm like, next day, I'm like, yo, dirty. I told you we needed to leave. You know what I'm saying? So we had crazy times like that. Man, I ain't gonna talk about the accident you got me into with the car, the Altima.
Hey, that was crazy.
So listen, let's dive in. Let's go back. So how'd you grow up? 2-parent household, single? How'd you grow up?
Nah, well, 2-parent for a little bit, man. Just brief. I stayed with my mom and obviously, and then with my dad and his mom, right? And so growing up like that, then my dad was heavy in the dope game and stuff. So he ended up getting murdered when I was like 9 years old and stuff like that. So yeah, from there, man, it was just in the hood, right? But my experience in the hood is kind of like different a little bit, I guess, depending on where you're from, right? You know, like I've been in New York, you feel what I'm saying? And in New York, I have cousins and all that stuff live in the same building. You know, so for me, man, coming from Meacham Park, I was outside all the time, but it was a little different because I was outside. My friends were my cousins. So it was like a neighborhood of nothing but cousins. So I didn't really have friends. You know what I mean? I just had all my cousins. And so, and uncles. So that would kind of molded me, man, and bringing me up, man, from, their hard discipline, man. Because, my uncles, man, my uncles and older cousins, man, and they're still disciplining me, can't talk to your mother like that. I mean, I wasn't, I can't talk to certain people a certain way, things of that nature. Because after my daddy got murdered, man, I became like a hothead at the time. And so we go anywhere, man. Anything.
So two things. One, who was like your mentor? Who did you look up to growing up?
Man, I ain't really I didn't have that, bro. You know what it was? Honestly, brother, my dad, because my thing is all I could remember, and my whole family so dope. So it was kind of like me and my wife used to get my wife, like, she from Oklahoma, right? And she can't understand, like, you know, like the right from wrong conversation type deal.
Mm-hmm.
But when your dad or your uncles and them pulling out bankrolls and they riding in short dog caddies with the white walls, it's a little different. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening to Too Short at 8, 7, 8 years old. You know what I mean? So it was just a little different. And that's all I grew up. That's all I seen. Right? Is you sell dope, have fun, go to the club, go party. You know what I'm saying? Go out in the town and have fun. And so that's all I seen growing up.
So what was it that like changed for you? So you did, you grew up in that high school. Like, you go straight to the military from high school?
Nah, actually, I didn't. I mean, I did. A year later. It got to the point where it was like, you gotta do something. You know what I'm saying? And the one thing I did learn from watching other people is once you got older, you know how it is. Man, you talk all the time. Is even the dope boys later on in life, some of them be on the dope, or some of them in jail, right? And so at that time, I knew like school wasn't for me. Like my grandma worked for Chrysler, man, for 30 some years. So back a long time ago, man, they had programs for like your families to where they'll help out with college and everything like that. But I wasn't in the school like that, man. I graduated, didn't struggle, smart guy, man. You show me something, I'll learn it, I'll do it, right? But school just wasn't for me, man. And here go the funny part, 9 to 5 wasn't for me, right? Coming from. So I joined the army thinking I'm about to just get paid. When I seen them damn army checks,
crack rocks. Yo, then they had the nerve to want to take an extra 100 out for the GI Bill. What insurance?
But man, one thing I did learn, man. The one thing I did learn, I mean, because you can learn things from people who doing certain situations. Is I learned discipline from them. I learned, even though that they're doing something that they should be doing, it's being fearless, right? Learning how to be fearless and take chances, man, and things of that nature. But you do it in a positive way, right?
Right.
But they say scared money don't make money, right? So you got to put yourself out there and be fearless. So I learned confidence. I learned fearless. So I took certain things from them to build on what I am today.
Wow. So what did you did 20 years in the military? How did that shape the leader you are now is in the civilian world?
It's taking advantage of the situation, right? Things are put in front of you, and a lot of times people don't step out their comfort zone, right? So, for instance, I started off as medical logistics, right? And I learned a lot about medical logistics, got a couple of certifications because the Army give you a lot, and you know that. And you know, people we hung around, they just didn't want to go. I was that guy. I didn't want to go get in the beginning. Go to school, no partying. You know what I'm saying? So I'm we're drinking beer at 10 o'clock in the morning, man. Coronas. You see what I'm saying? But once I got to, I guess once I started maturing more and start thinking about, I mean, where I want to be at from 5 years from now type deal. Certain opportunities, man, just start lining up for me, man. But you still got to go get it. So I went from being medical logistics, and I only really did medical logistics, man, for like 6, 7 years, bro. And then from there I went to another part of the Army where they look at vehicles, look at things that's going to come out in 7, 8 years from now, right? So I worked on vehicles you see now in the military that we were studying and doing things 7, 8 years before it came out. But that's where I learned other skill sets like milestones, breaking down certain situations, critical thinking. Okay, this person does this part of the technical eval. That section does that part of the technical eval. So I learned that, right? So when I was 2 years, 3 years in there. Then another opportunity presented itself. It was the medical contracting piece, what I'm in now. So the first time it came across to me, man, I was in Germany, and I just couldn't get over and do it because the situation I was in, right? So it presented itself again, and like I said, opportunity. I had an old sergeant major I had. They got together and said, "Hey, man, you're gonna have Neal in that program." Next thing you know, man, I'm in that program. I'm going to civilian schools and things of that nature. But the thing about it is, it was an opportunity that if I would have passed it up, I wouldn't be in the positions I am now. I wouldn't be able to go through certain doors that I'm going now. So and that's what I teach my kids, right? Like even my like for instance, my son, out of high school, he went to a military for a little bit, but he worked at Amazon, right? And here go the crazy part. I dropped him off, right? I said, man, the difference between that door and that door, right, is you got your corporate guys over here, and you got your warehouse workers over there, which is nothing wrong with being a warehouse worker, right? But I asked him, I said, y'all, Amazon got programs, right? Educational programs, right? He said, yeah. Are you taking advantage of, even though it might not be where you want to be at right now, are you taking advantage of those opportunities that are presented? And if you do, I said, this is how I gave him a little speech we always get. If you do, you're gonna have somebody who's been there 13 years, just happy where they at. They got a young kid coming there. Yep, get about a year or two, take those classes. Now you're here supervisor. Right? They're mad because they just been sitting at Amazon on their butt all day and just, hey, I'm just getting checked, right? So I said, always got to take advantage of situations and opportunities, man. And so that's what I live by, man.
No, I like that a lot. I was just talking to one of my young boys. I taught him in 7th grade, and we still rocking and rolling. And he has his new job, and I'm like, yo, listen, what are the opportunities you got there to level up? You know what I'm saying? Think about 3 jobs up, figure out what you need to get there fast. And we just had this conversation today. So take advantage of opportunities. I love that. Hey, what advice would you give? We're gonna go all around to y'all.
Yes,
so buckle up. What advice would you give someone going into the military today, a young soldier?
What I would tell them today, man, is be ready to work hard. But at the same time, they gotta have a strong mindset, right? You gotta have a strong mindset and be able to shift, right, at any moment, at any given time, even if your job, your situation, things of that nature. So you gotta be flexible, you gotta be patient, you gotta understand what's going on and why you're there, right? Because that's when I ask folks, I ask people, because sometimes they ask me, hey Neal, what do you mean me going to the Army or military period? And I'll be like, what do you want to get out of it when you go into the military? Do you want to make it a career? Do you want to just go to school, or do your time in or do reserves? What do you want to do? And once I found out what they want to do, I'll be like, hey, focus on this and do this. But you have to have a strong mindset to be able to get in there and continue to doing what you got to do to be successful and any outcome. Because a lot of times, a lot of soldiers, this, Murph, they lose focus, right?
Yep.
Lose focus, and that they don't know how to be able to go from this to that in a split second, or whatever direction the Army gives you, right? So you gotta be strong-minded, and also, just like I said, be patient. Hey, I say patient because I wasn't a patient dude back in the day. I wanted it all, and I wanted it now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So be patient, man. And figure out what you want to do and just stick to it. And going in knowing it's going to be hard times. You have to, because some people be thinking, I'm going to Army. No, you're going to go through hard times. You're going to go through adversity. Expect that, right? So once you hit that adversity, that's what kind of makes you that leader, and that will kind of makes you prepare you for life. Okay, how are you going to prepare for this adversity once it hits? You know what I'm saying? Are you going to call on me? What you can still do? You're going to lean on a mentor or somebody who can call you and be like, hey, you know what? This is what I'm going through. Hey, what do you think? Because when they get there and they call me back sometime, my daughter's a Navy officer. You know what I'm saying? She still called me, hey, Dad, this was going on. What you think? And I tell her what I think. Sometimes I'll be giving her that Army. I got to back up because I can't give her the Army thing. So I'll be like, he did what? I take him to the back. Get it right, but
old school Army.
But now, just like I said, just remaining focused, man.
Yeah. Hey, so you talked about this a couple times. Fatherhood. What was that? Did you want? Was you ready for that? You wanted all that? Or?
I don't think nobody's ready, right? you can plan for it, right? But are you really ready, right? I mean, you can be financially ready. You can be in a nice position to
I
have a
have a
kid.
partner. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, are you ready to take on a responsibility of changing diapers, running this way, running that way? You know what I'm saying? Watch them grow. So, you know, fatherhood has made me appreciate life. Fatherhood has made me just want to do better, right? But I will tell you this though, being a father sometimes and then doing what we do, Murph, it can also hurt. But I ain't gonna say hurt. You're not the best father, right? And people sometimes get it confused. I think I'm not a bad father, but sometimes the army, the military, you miss a lot of things in life, right? And so sometimes when I say I'm not I did the best I could, but because the army took me away at certain times,
so you
right?
can always be present.
I will be present. So
Yeah.
I missed things that that I could have been there for, right?
Right.
So, but at the end of the day, I grind. Sometimes you gotta have a balance to where I am grinding for the family, but you gotta peel it back sometimes and reset.
So recognizing, because we have a similar story. My pops was murdered when I was 6, 7. Recognizing you didn't grow up with that father figure, how did that impact, or did it, how you parented or showed up as a father? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, one thing, it makes you want to be better, be a better. You know what I'm saying? Because you are missing something, and then sometimes when you parent, because you got what, you got 2 girls, am I mistaken?
My daughter is 9, my son
Yeah,
is 6.
yeah, son 6, right? So, it's kind of what it is like I'm a great father, but at the same time, you got to watch yourself. You know what I'm saying, about how you kind of raise them a little bit, because it's like what I didn't have at the time. Sometimes I have to be like, you need to toughen up. I ain't had that. You get what I'm saying, type deal. And sometimes you gotta weigh yourself back a little bit. And I find myself doing that. I did find myself doing that quite often in the beginning. You know what I mean? Because how you're raised, sometimes you use what was going on with you,
right,
from your kids, and it don't work all the time, man. But being that father, it just put a whole lot of things in perspective. And then, you know what I'm saying, having a wife to back you on a lot of things just makes it a whole lot easier, man. But yeah, man. But nobody's ready though. I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, listen, I ain't want none. I wanted to have my backpack and my BlackBerry, you know. Well, wifey wanted the whole family. I'm like, all right, you know. But I tell you this, when I remember but I was also afraid. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I don't even know what this looked like. I ain't had no example, and that could be looked at as a crutch or an excuse. But it didn't stop me. You know what I'm saying? I went in. I'm like, listen, if I could teach everybody else child, I could handle one. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how I just figured it out. But then when my daughter came, it was locked in. That was my girl. You know what I'm saying? And then years after, my son, that's my twin. So we rocking and rolling. What advice would you give a new father?
Patience. One. Also, be like, have a good balance of discipline, and have a good balance of being conducting discipline and showing love. You know what I'm saying? And that's some area that in the beginning I lacked in. You know what I'm saying? And is at one point in time, man, it was I was using a lot of tough love more than just love sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I feel that because I was listening to someone. You gotta be tapped into I got a lot of virtual mentors, and they was talking about like the importance of like really loving up on your son. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad I caught that early. So like my son, you know, he might get the thunder cookies, but I be like, yo, champ. He like, I know what you want. I know you want snuggles. Yes, I do. You know what I mean? So we had them bonding moments. So dads, I definitely back that. You can have that discipline piece, but the balance is good. So they know, you're stern, but you love them, to pieces.
My wife used to get on me all the time with that. She was like, "Yo, you gotta have a better balance. You gotta have better balance."
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But listen, so Neal, man, listen, you done so much. MBA, black, was it green belt, bodybuilding. How you? I mean, you perform at a high level, so you got to talk us through. I talk a lot about resilience, bouncing back, leaning into failure. Like, what like motivated you to like push through these things? Because I'm sure you had challenges. So how do you process that?
Man, okay, so bodybuilding, if I talk about that a little bit, discipline. It teaches discipline. I'm talking about Murph, you got to count calories. You got to count your fats. You got to count your protein. You got to be in the gym doing the right stuff. And I'm going out. Neil still party, right? I still went out I still did my thing, but I'm drinking water while y'all over there knocking shots back. I'm drinking water. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing food to the restaurant or asking them to cook the food a certain way for me because I can't indulge like you guys indulge. So bodybuilding taught me discipline, man. You can do bodybuilding and be that focused, ain't nothing you can't do, man. It's crazy discipline. What got me through school, man, is first, honestly, I take it back. I used to watch you in school before you got out back in the day. I thought you was a cornball, right? But you was going to school, right? Well, I said, this joker going to school trying to be somebody, right? So I was like, damn, Murphy going to school. And I wasn't thinking about going to school.
Yeah.
And then fast forward, man, I'm like, you know what? If I want to get ahead in life, I gotta get the school down pat. I gotta get it going on. So I was like, what mind frame can I do? Because I don't like school, man. Even though I'm pretty good at school, I'm good at school. I just I always preach patience. I just didn't have the patience for it, man. So I just say, you know what? I'm gonna think of it like a hustle. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of flipped it and like, you know what? If I hustle up and get these degrees, it'll put me in a better position in life, and a better position to take care of my family. So I looked at it as a hustle, man. It became easy, and time just flew.
That's powerful. See, I looked at it as a hustle. Yeah, sometimes you gotta psych your mind out. You know what I mean? That's a nugget right there, y'all. Look at it as a hustle. Figure out what that looks like for you in your world.
Right.
Man, question though. So I know you've achieved a lot in military, civilian leadership. Was there a time you questioned your own potential, and how did you push through to the other side?
Oh man, it started, man, in Linwood, man. I wasn't doing nothing. I was just, me just hanging out, having fun. Actually, man, it's the wife who told me, who then the girlfriend, right? The girlfriend, pushed me through, man. Said, "Nah, man, you need to start doing your what was it called again?
What, correspondence courses?
Correspondence courses."
How does Murph know that? I'm psychic.
She started pushing me, man, doing the correspondence courses, man. And then, once she started pushing me and making me do better, and then that E5 hit, it was up from there. It was up from there, But I'm telling you, if I ain't had her pushing me in the beginning, man, I don't know what I'd be, dog. Like for or started off real late, you know what I mean? But she pushed me, man, motivated me.
I tell people, those listening in my sphere of influence, that one of the biggest choices you make in life is the partner you choose. Because you got that cheerleader, that devil's advocate, all in one. You know what I'm saying? And then we could poll dudes, and they'll say, yeah, I chose right, or I chose bad, I had to double back. Question for you: What failure or difficult moment are you now most grateful for, and why? What failure or difficult moment are you now grateful for?
My most failure is this is The most failure.
Yeah, like because because this is the thing. A lot of people, are afraid of failure, don't want no parts of it. But when you going through it, it's hard. It's like, damn, why this happened? But fast forward, because I always say failures are like blocks. Then you have this next one, you have the next one. The next thing you know, you look back and they're the staircase that take you to where you wanted to be. So, like, is there a failure that you had and you look back and like, dang, I went through that, but because of it, I'm grateful because I got here.
Yeah. Now, you know what, man? I would say my greatest, I guess, my failure at one point in time was me as a husband and a father, right? A lot of times I didn't give my wife like the best version of me sometimes, right? Meaning sometimes I was just, when you one way and you focused on one way, you make it hard on everybody else. And I felt that, I was failing my family to a certain degree, man. I was, because I was just so focused on one thing and, we got to do this, blah, blah, blah. And I would stress her out and make it hard. And then when you had a long conversations, man, it hit home like, I got to change, you know what I'm saying? I got to do something to take care of my family and put them in a better situation. So me in the beginning of I'll say beginning of our marriage, like a couple of years, but after that, man, I was getting set in some in my ways a little bit, but it was dragging the family down, bro. And that was a real failure for me, and that hurt. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So I had to do a lot of changing, man. A lot of soul searching. I mean, I'm still a little edgy around the edges still, though, dog. But
hey, listen, no, I appreciate that, because a lot of times, even for dudes, in society we lie, you know what I'm saying, and don't really confront that thing. So for you to name that, that's dope. I appreciate that. That leads me to another question, and one of my favorite people inspired this. So you've led a lot of high stakes, led in a lot of high stake environments where lives and missions were on the line. What role has vulnerability played in your leadership, and how do you stay emotionally resilient without shutting down?
Dog. Is knowledge, man. So my vulnerability is when you go in these certain rooms and when you do these outstanding things and you get in certain situations, Murph. I mean, you in a lot of big rooms now. You know what I'm saying? Or certain areas. And I was always scared, and maybe I wasn't knowledgeable enough, or maybe I wasn't articulate enough to be in these rooms with these other folks, man. And so that was my drawback a lot in the beginning, because, and also, man, I was still talk. I didn't know how to talk back then either, so I wasn't very professional. Beginning, right? I still be in the board talking about, man, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'll be.
No, I'm talking about. I can hear you now.
My wife, when I had meetings, my wife be like, "Yo, did you really say you not talking about that?" I'm like, "Huh?" And so, I always thought I like, damn, maybe I ain't smart enough, right? And so that was my vulnerability, man. And and then but at the same time, I would do. It made me do a whole lot more reading. It made me do a lot of research on topics. So when I did go into those rooms, I did know what I was talking about. I could contribute to the what was going on, or the planning, and things like that. So because of that fear, I became better, a better person, a better researcher, actually, man, better reader, right? Because I wasn't even reading books back. I mean, I would read if I had to read, right? But I wasn't reading just to be reading.
So was there a specific instance that made you say, yo, I gotta switch this, I gotta start reading? Did something happen? Did you get a behind chewing?
Nah, man, I just got it wrong. I didn't know what I was talking about. I looked stupid. Yeah. When you say something and give you that, like, you know what the hell you talking about? Right.
Yeah.
You say
Wait,
that.
why is he in here? Who invited
Right.
this
Like,
guy?
who is this guy? You know what I'm saying? Like, how you get in this room?
Yo, let me tell you, I was at TFA and similar tangentially, and I think I'm dealing with like high profile people. And I sent the email. I'm thinking I'm just sending the homie the email real quick. Now he was somebody, a former general, but he was a civilian or something like that. And I just did a quick, my Brooklyn slang kind of joint. Man, that thing got forwarded about 30 times. I was like, wait, why all these people got this? And my leadership was like, oh, you gotta be more professional, etiquette, bro. Ever since then, my emails, I'm looking them, revising them, rereading them before they go out. But sometimes you just gotta you go through that thing, and it's like, you know what, I don't want to feel like this ever again. But to Neal's point, listen, viewers and listeners, reading. You see what's behind me. I got a few bookshelves in this joint. You know what I'm saying? I stay consuming content. And I tell my students, you got to read. And I used to only read financial stuff. Then I had to diversify my reading. Because when I go in these rooms, you may have people that's, talking about vulnerability. They might be talking about self-development. And I had to start reading across different genres to be able to communicate effectively in these spaces. And now I'm like a walking quote machine.
Now the slush bucket in me first seeing them books, and I'm like,
like that's decoration.
Decoration.
Let me tell you, I can read 5. I am reading maybe 6 right now. It's like Netflix show. I read 3-4 chapters and I go, and I subscribe to the fact that I don't have to finish a book. I might got what I needed out of the first 2 or 3 chapters. You know what I'm saying? I'll share some with you. I'm reading Becoming Supernatural by Dr. Dispenza. I'm like on this journey, like how can I maximize more of my brain? One of my favorite ones, Never Split the Difference. Former hostage, FBI hostage negotiator, teaches you how to get to yes. I love that joint. Who was that? Fulch. What up, girl? Yo, this is my girl Carrie Fulcher. I was in we was at Prestige together. We have a dope memory. I won't bring it up now, but what up, girl? Appreciate you tapping in. Double salute. Shouts out to Companion. The another book, Go for No. Like you gotta chase the no. You know what I'm saying? It's like it talks about the 5 levels of failure. It's like the ability to fail, the willingness to fail, then the wantingness to fail. Then you gotta fail fast and big, and then you gotta fail exponentially. That's when you got a team that's locked into your mission, going out to fail, so y'all can get there. Oh yeah, keeping it purple all day, girl. But yeah, books, man. And then listen, there's this book I got for y'all. Listen, Unbreakable Valor. Triumph through the soul of resilience, baby. Oh man, Neal, I actually got to send you. I just got my book boxes, so I got to send you another copy.
Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, man, I need to get back up on a lot of stuff, but right now I'm reading my boy Darnell Hammond's, man, Uncomfortable in His Own Skin. My boy from up there up in Virginia, man.
Okay.
Former military guy, what he went through in life.
Yeah.
Things like that, And I also got, the Unbreakable Valor.
Listen. Hey, y'all, I can't make this stuff up. Tap in, man. Everybody got it. You don't got it? Come on now. Listen.
So, but yeah,
man. My man Neal. Hold on, let me see. I gotta make sure I got my. Let me see. I tap in everything. But I don't know. You might have. I don't know. Let me see. You might have tapped. 2 questions. What moment, breakthrough or breakdown, shaped your path? Is there a moment?
Yeah, it was my breakthrough moment, man, honestly, was when I went to the acquisition field, right? Remember, I always told you, even though sometimes I feel like I ain't belong, Then I'm taking civilian courses. Now these like Con 270. These are you fail, you go home.
Yeah.
This ain't, you know what I'm saying? And then once I got in there, once I got to doing the work and speaking it fluently, I was like, it's gonna get crazy. It's gonna get crazy around here, man. And then once that happened, other folks start to see it, right? And then they'll start asking you for what's going on. And the breakthrough moment, man, was actually when I had somebody who been in the field longer than me asking me stuff about acquisition, because they're only focused on one lane. When I was broad, I was all over. You know what I'm saying? Getting information and doing things, not just boxing myself in. And so that was my breakthrough moment, man, when it came to the acquisition field, man.
So tell me this: what would, because you do the government contracts, what advice you have somebody that wants to get into that space? Like how, like what you, I don't know, top 3 things they need to do or think about?
Well, back in a little bit of time ago, you had to have a degree to even get in. And even though they say you don't need a degree no more as much, they ain't picking you if you ain't got no degree. They just saying you can fill out the application, but we ain't picking you. Type
right.
Thing. So being have a degree either in business or in acquisition itself, and then reading the FAR, which is the Federal Acquisition Regulation, being knowledgeable. Oh man, there's so much to go on this, man. And certifications, being part of groups with that's certified, and man, the field is vast, man.
Wow.
So just being able to be knowledgeable, keep on reading things to get better and better, and a degree. I'm always going to advocate for the degree.
Yeah, and that says a lot coming from somebody that don't like school. So, as a matter of fact, I got my shouts out to my students that maybe tapped in. So some of my students, fresh out of high school, may have started school, left, double back, may have been gone for a while. What advice do you have for them as they look to like figure out what career path they want to choose?
For one, I always say, do you want to go to school? Right? Meaning trade school. There's other options that you can go. Just because college ain't it, there are trade schools. So it's like, what do you want to do in life, right? Figure out what you want to do. And then go attack it, right? I don't believe like even breaks. I don't believe nobody should have a break. Like if you focus, because I know if I got a break, I'm not finishing nothing, right?
Right.
I'm not finishing nothing. So, but nah, man, you gotta figure out what you want to do in life, man. I would say what fields you like, what type of things you think you'd be interested in. Research that, right? Then you know what, maybe that's not for me. Like, for instance, my daughter, she wants to be a lawyer, but she doesn't want to be your typical lawyer. She wants to be a contract lawyer. So she sees what I'm doing, but she wants to be the contract lawyer. She wants to be that person, right? And so it's just do your research on what you want to be or what you want to become, and then go ahead and go for it, man.
Hey, last thing I want to, because I always like to know like what you promoting. Tell us about the War Room, man.
Man, War Room was, I took a little hiatus from it, but at one point in time, and I'm still getting back into it, is the church has a War Room, right? For prayer, right? So what I did, I flipped it, took it War Room. My War Room is the gym, right? So you need to get your mind and body right in the gym. So we came out with some merch, and what it is I made these hoodies and these sweatshirts with the animal, with that beast mode mentality you think you are. So if you're a lion, you have that lion, you go on there and you go be the lion. You go be that elephant. You go on there and do damage, right? And so that's the War Room. The War Room for me is the gym. That's my War Room.
Listen, so shouts out the War Room. They sent me some merch. They said I got 2 joints. I got I don't know if you remember, I got the lion joint, and I think one of on the back, like it's like a thin back.
Yeah.
And it say Beast.
Yep.
And then the other one say Murph.
Yeah.
I ain't wore it yet because the body ain't right. I got
Yo, I was gonna say, right? You told me, you was like, come on, man. Come on, you like, come on, son. I know I can't wear the strip on the back yet. Why don't you have it all the way around?
Listen, so I'm inspired this year. I'm glad we're having this conversation because I got to get right. Because even for like speaking and performing, I have to be at a certain level of energy and I need to be fit. So I am going to tap in because I like a big goal of mine, objective is to do a photo shoot with the War Room joint on. Oh, buddy. I just can't now. It got to happen. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Hey, one of my goals is because I've been letting you down. Man. One of my goals, man, is to hit the. I ain't hit Barbados up with you for the. You know what I'm saying? You've been wanting me to go forever.
Listen, I was there this year. Yo, let's go, man. If I'm standing next to you, I gotta get right, huh?
Yeah. So when you say that, man, I ain't seen your how your moms and sister doing, bro.
Yo, so mom, shouts out to moms. You know, moms is like the gift and the curse. They be the loving and annoying. But I am grateful that I still can hear her voice every day. If I don't call her, she's sending the National Guards to look for me. But she's like, my mom's is a trip.
Facts.
But yo, shouts out to sis. Yo, sis, man. Just knocked out the PhD. Ooh. She on another level. Let me tell you something about sis. So younger than me, but I've always been inspired by her, especially from the collegiate realm, because I dropped out of college and she got her bachelor's, and I'm like, damn, that's what's up. I gotta get my bachelor's. I think like subconsciously it was in my mind to get my bachelor's, and then she got her master's, and I was like, I gotta get my master's, you know. I want my doctorate because it's just a fairy tale ending to my collegiate journey. But my why is not strong enough. You know what I'm saying? My why is not strong enough because that's all I wanted for. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm gonna wait. You know, I got some projects going, and it's never the right time. So I think in the next 2 years, I'm gonna decide if I'm gonna do it. And because once I start, I have to finish.
Right.
So. Yeah, but they doing good, man. Thanks for asking.
I
think I seen. Speaking of fam, I be getting these texts. Is your daughter? She play ball, right?
Yeah.
Is it like they anxious for money? Is that time of the year again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, who's this? Because I get
last year. Her last year, man. Her last year.
Oh, her last one. Oh,
yeah, high school. You know, she got some D1 offers and things like that. So we just waiting and grinding out, see what else come up and see what she wants to do.
Yo, listen, I got a new department under my umbrella, Dominate Studios. We do brand studios. So, you know, them young athletes, we need to get her under the umbrella.
Man, you already know what it is, man. Just let me know.
Yeah. We could build that out. And it might be an opportunity to collab. I ain't thinking about that. Miss Motivation. Fuel. I actually got a brand partnership that's cooking. I'll let y'all know when it's cooked and done. But yo, this has been good, man. Neal, any final thoughts you want to share with the people, man?
Man, wait, man. We still missing something. Do you remember the boxing match?
Oh, yo, he got an agenda where he was. I thought I had an agenda. So I'm not a huge boxing, you know what I'm saying, dude like that. But we went. Who was it? It was Zab Judah, right?
And, yeah, Zab Judah. Yeah.
Corey
Spinks.
Yeah. And it was in the Lou. That's the last fight I went to, I think, maybe.
Damn near front row, baby. Nelly brought him out.
Matter of fact, remember we was in the line, and I'm so Brooklyn. This dude come up to me, hey, you Sean Murphy? Absolutely not. And I walked away. Then another dude came up to me. He said, nah, you Murph. And it was the dude I was in basic training with. Shouts out to Roy Houston. I was like, yo, where I'm from, anybody about to ask me about, I'm not him. What you want me for, you know? That was a time, boy.
Yo, and one more thing, like, so my wife be like, you think you special? I'm like, what you talking about? Because you be having your initials in your shirts. I said, you don't know, I got that from Murph. Murph used to walk around with M. Murph on the collar.
I forgot that. That's crazy. Yeah, you got good memory, boy.
Man, so for real though, so I got my polos. All my polo are custom. So I got you know how when you got the shirt on, I mean with the shoes, RL, I got NH in them. You know what I'm saying?
Well, listen, with your physique, you gotta have custom, buddy. You know what I'm saying? That boy, he can't get nothing off the rack.
Oh man, but
NH. Yo, listen, I'm in Houston next month, so
yeah, I'm with it.
I think I'm already booked. I just gotta sort out lodging. I got shouts out to T-Robe. T-Robe, I'm pulling up on you, boy. Got my man.
You ain't tell me if you were staying to Saturday or to Monday. Remember?
No, Sunday. I'm coming in, I think Friday to Sunday. My man wedding. Shout out to my man Jeff. Jeff getting married. I'm pulling up on him.
No, I ain't gonna come down there. I gotta be. Do I gotta sneak in and get a plate at the wedding reception? I mean, what am I doing?
See, y'all. This how he do. Ain't nobody tell Neal he go to the wedding. Ain't nobody what's he talking about? Obviously, you on Friday, buddy. Hey, we'll sort out the logistics, because I know you're a master. Was it logistician? Yeah. Logistician. I'm gonna jack that name up. But yo, this has been dope, man. I appreciate you. Last week I had your cousin on here.
Your personal what is jingle writer?
Key Jones.
Yeah.
Key Jones. Listen, yeah, I think. Yeah, we started right. I don't even think Keith was doing jingles till I'm like, yo, I need a jingle for wifey joint. I need a jingle for this, and then he's just like, yo, this is a lane. So yeah, man, we've been doing some good work, man. Motivation Music. If you don't know about it, Mr. Motivation Music, MISTER Motivation Music. Tap in.
Tough.
Huh?
Tough.
Yeah, man. We here. But yeah, Neal, this is good stuff, man. I'm actually about to head to the studio now. It don't end, man. My Wednesdays be long, but like you said, it's action, man. You can't sit and wait. Ain't no Superman or Superwoman coming. It's you. Look in the mirror. Anything you want to do.
One thing I do want to say before we get off though, man, is that I'm proud of you too, bro. And it's like everybody we know pretty much from our circle. Successful, dog. Successful. How many people can you say that? Like in your small circle, they successful.
Yeah, that's real.
You don't think about where we come from. Murph, Murph getting the bag. He doing his thing. I'm doing my thing. My other friend, they all doing their thing, man.
Yeah. I mean, and then just think about that. The proximity, man. Proximity is power. And we had each other, you know what I'm saying, when we was on ground, but then, extended. And it's a beautiful thing, man. That's real. And I received that, brother. I received that. And we're gonna rock out some more. We're gonna drink some water in about next month, maybe Voss, something. I don't know. All right, my G. I'm gonna put you in the back. Actually, I'm gonna call you when I wrap up.
All right, fam.
All right, my G.
All right, dude.
Salute. My man Neal Hurst. Yo, TikTok, you still with me? We're about to wrap up, y'all. Oh, man. That was a treat. Woo! Shouts out to everybody that's tapped in with us, man. Stay with us. Yo, my girl Carrie Fulcher tapped in? What? Me and Carrie was in, she used to always be looking for me when I was a special ed teacher. Her companion. Man, she was a beast. We gotta tap in. Matter of fact, I need you on the show, Kerry. Well, good people, that's a wrap, man. If this spoke to your heart, share it forward. Take a moment to reflect on today's 3, 2, 1, and remember your action item. Take one bold step forward. Follow me everywhere. Let's stay connected. If you're inspired. If you want to keep building, I'm here. Grab your copy, Unbreakable Valor. Join the Breakthrough Bunker. That's our community where we break bread. Subscribe to the Breakthrough Bunker newsletter. Goes out every Wednesday. This one went out already this morning. What's your philosophy of success is the question. What else? We want to hear from you. BreakthroughBunker@gmail.com. Send us thoughts. Send us breakthroughs, any insight or inspiration. We'll love it. We'll talk about it. What else? Oh man. Shouts out to who was I shouting out? On my QCC team, my students that maybe tapped in. Salute to you. And always know that the breakthrough, your breakthrough, it starts with you. You know my favorite quote, nothing changes if nothing changes. Breakthrough Bunker, where your next chapter begins. Do remember, good people, it is all about you. Oh, oh, look who just got home. This
I've been commenting on Facebook.
Well, you been commenting? Oh,
on my mom's account.
This is my baby. Say what's up to the people. This is V-Rain. What message you got for them today?
Hey guys.
No, a message, a motivational message. Come on, give me something.
Nothing changes if nothing changes.
That's my daughter, right? You gotta know that. Thank you, baby. How was gymnastics?
It was good.
All right, let me play my what his name is? He said, play my theme song. What's my boy name? I'm forgetting his name. Drawing a blank. It's all good. What's his name? Not Inky. Dion. Prime time. Play my theme song.
I put it on my hood grown, NY, Brownsville, best I done came from the lowest low, still walk with my head high. All my life, I've been through it. Made it out, and I'm getting to it. Can't tell me I didn't do it. No passing L's, we skipping clubs. No taking L's, we get
Peace out, TikTok.
I put it on my hood grown, NY, Brownsville, best I done came from the lowest low, still walk with my head high. All my life, I've been through it. Made it out, and I'm getting to it. Can't tell me I didn't do it. No passing L's, we skipping.